Before we get started, here are some before and after pictures and also of my scars just to get that out of the way. Enjoy the video! Hey you guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be my updated Q&A and everything you need to know and what I wish I knew now that I have had my boobs for 3 months. I got them done in June, so I got them done the 4th of June.
That's 3 months, right? June to July, July to August, August, September. Yeah, okay.
I just had to double check. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the size and the size that I got. I got 295 cc's and I got high profile. This is my official card. With every breast augmentation, you should get a card that looks like this. And it says my name and all my stats on the back with the sticker, and my surgeon, my medical record number, the date that I got it done, and then it also says the style of breast implant I got is SRF. I'm not even gonna say this. I'm just gonna put it in the down below. And I got the same size implants in both. I would like to talk about the profile now. So there is a difference between low, medium, and high profile, and I'll be inserting a diagram right now to show you guys the difference and the size depending on what size you go for. So if I got 295, the low profile would be 295 but very flat and wide. The moderate or medium profile is going to give you a little bit of the wideness and a little bit of the profile height that you're looking for. So it's going to be something kind of in the middle, like a lot of people that want natural looking breasts get that. And then for me, I got high profile because it's the least wide, it's the most narrow, and it's the highest one you can get. The reason why I got high profile is because my rib cage originally, I was a 32A, but my rib cage was like, I don't know, I want to guess like 29 or something like that. I was very flat. I was like just like above my boobs, just like this. So for me, like, I really wanted the most projection that I could get. The surgeon told me that my maximum size was 295, and I went into the surgery or consultation thinking that like 325 was gonna be my size. So make sure you always talk to your surgeon about, you know, what size is gonna be safe for you and something that they feel comfortable putting, you know, inside of your body. So 295 was the number that he told me, so I trusted him with that, which I'm so happy that I went with 295. 295 cc and 325 cc, it's only about, I would say, a tablespoon difference. So it really is not that big of a difference. Now I would like to talk about my clothing and bra size. So obviously I told you that my bra size changed, but most of my clothes fit me. All my like Calvin Klein bras fit me, and all my tank tops and t-shirts just fit me better now that I have my breasts. So now I want to talk about the size change. If you are completely flat and you go from an A to a D, like, your skin is gonna stretch out so much, it's gonna be so thin, and if you're gonna have these for the rest of your life, you really have to think about longevity. And I think like that's the most important thing, is like, you don't want your skin to stretch, you don't want it to be thin, you don't want it to be more of a risk for you to get any kind of complication. So my thing is, I would definitely go for like 2 sizes, like A to C. Or if you do have extra skin, or already you have breast tissue as an A, but you are kind of a bigger A and you have the skin to give, or if you've had a kid, like your breasts might have stretched, then maybe you could get a bigger size. I'm not really sure, it goes definitely person to person. But that's just my thing on it. I would just make sure you pick the right size, because too big of a size can give you complications. Obviously depending on who you are. Some people take it totally fine, but if your body is sensitive, I mean, you really never know until you put it inside. Did I get any stretch marks? I noticed a couple weeks ago that I have a couple faint red lines. Now they're not stretch marks, like where you can see it in your skin and the stretch mark is like lighter and it's like in your skin. This one was more of like a red, and then it faded because I was using bio oil. If you were looking at me, you would not be able to tell unless I pointed it out. Okay, let's talk about scars, and incision sites. So first I would like to say that I got my scar incision underneath my breast. And this is what they are looking like 3 months after. So you can see that they are dark. So when I lift my boob, you can see it. I'm very happy with my incisions. Now I only am 3 months after my surgery, so the scars will turn white after they completely heal. So they'll lighten up a lot more, and I have been taking care of my scars really, really well. I have heard so many people talking about their incision site. Now, you don't have to listen to anything I say, but I would really like, if this is the one thing that I would take away from the video that is really, really important. Now, when you get boobs, you're not gonna just get them one time in your whole life and you're done. Some people have had them for 20 years, that my surgeon said. Some people have had them for 10 years. Some people have them for less. You just never know. So don't expect it like going into it, it's just like a one and done thing. And the incision is such an important part because yes, like going through your nipple or going through your armpit maybe one time is not that bad. But if you're gonna go in there multiple times, like I'm 20, so I'm gonna have to get it done, let's just say, you know, like guessing, I would have to get it done when I'm 30, 40, 50. So that's like that's 4 surgeries total that I'm seeing in my near future, maybe, okay? That's if I get it done. How are you gonna expect to go through your nipple 4 times? Like, I know that a lot of people can do it, and you know, if you can do it, go you. If you have an amazing surgeon that you trust with your nipple 4 times, go ahead. But my thing is, the risk is so much higher. To me, it's not worth it. Like, okay, if you get it in your nipple, yeah, nobody's gonna see it. But if I'm wearing this, or if I'm wearing like a bikini, like that's even like right by there, nobody sees it. And I've been wearing, you know, bikinis because it's summer now. So I've been out and I've never had a problem with that because I'm always covering like my boob. So to me, it's just not worth the risk of losing your nipple sensation. I've seen scars where they go below the nipple kind of. I just would way rather have it somewhere where you don't see it. Your boobs sit on top of it. It goes like right in the crease. I just think that there's not enough data to prove that your nipple is better than going under your boob. And also the armpit. You're going through this important, I mean, I'm not a freaking health person, like I'm not sure really, but I've done a lot of research on boobs. So going through like your armpit and in there and like going underneath the muscle, like I just feel like if I was a surgeon, I probably would have more control going right where the boob is supposed to go. Like you can, because they have to take apart your muscle and make a pocket so that the implant can go in. If he's looking from the armpit down into it, like maybe you can see just as much, but from my point of view, like I know my surgeon probably saw the whole pocket, was able to manage everything the way that he wanted to, and I just think that is the safest way. And to me, if you're gonna get boobs, like you are already taking a risk getting a surgery, I just think it's a really good idea to go under your breasts. That way, when you do go for another surgery, you're not stressing about losing, you know, the sensation in your nipple or going through the same scar in your nipple. Like, it's just so sensitive there, it's thin. You know, your armpit, like, I'm just not sure. I just would really, really think about that and really make the decision that you think is a good idea. All right, let's talk about waking up from surgery. So waking up from surgery was definitely, if I say out of the whole recovery process, was the hardest part for me. And when I say the hardest, like I wasn't like dying, like I just felt so like uncomfortable. It was such a weird feeling. I woke up, and as soon as I woke up, I felt like kind of nauseous. but not where like I was definitely gonna throw up. I just felt kind of like out of it, nauseous. And then I told the nurse, I was like, I'm getting a little hot because they already had put my clothes on me. I felt like I was gonna pass out. And I have passed out before, so I knew exactly like what it felt like. But then she put the fan on me, and she took like my jacket off and my shirt off, and I felt better like instantly. So thank you to my nurse for putting that fan on me, because it really like revived me. And then the ride home was just like, oh my god, it was so uncomfortable. I was just sitting there like just so out of it. But as soon as I went home, I followed the pill regimen. Like, I took hydrocodone and a muscle relaxer, and I took an antibiotic. If you follow your pills exactly down to the hour, you will not feel, I mean, for me, I didn't feel pain. Yes, I felt sore. Yes, I felt uncomfortable. Yes, I felt tight, but I wasn't in like pain where I couldn't like keep my eyes open. I took my pills. I was, eating. The best thing for me at first was like a protein drink and protein shake, because I was not very hungry. You kind of lose your appetite after going down. I just had the protein, and that really like helped me, I think. So that was a really like good thing for me. But the pills definitely, like, if you don't take the pills the right way, I definitely can see how like you couldn't sleep or like being restless. But I slept every single night, and I actually didn't feel like high or like groggy. I mean, maybe a little bit groggy, but I didn't feel like I was on drugs, like, because that was like what I was really worried about, is like being all like messed up from it. And I was totally fine. And then I think I drove like 1 week after the surgery, which I don't know if you should, but I was like literally driving like this, and I was just so freaking sick of the house. Like, that's like probably like over the pain, that was like the worst thing for me, is just stay inside and do nothing. I mean, you could do stuff, but like your arms are like dinosaur arms, and you want to be really careful. So that definitely was the hardest part for me. And then after the surgery, like from the nipple down, I could not feel anything. Like, I would run my fingers on my boobs, and I couldn't feel anything, and that's normal. So just know that that's okay. I'm sorry I'm looking down so much. I have everything like listed in numbers, because it's just so much to talk about, and I really want to like let you guys know everything that I can possibly tell you. So when you get your boobs done, you definitely are not going to look good for the first, I would say even like the 2 weeks. You really can tell that they look like so, because like they're like this high when you first get them, and they're like rocks, and they're like protruding like squares. They're not like round, which is really, really weird. But even for the first month, like, they don't move. When you go like this, like now mine move, but that's how I would check to see if they would start jiggling. But the first month, second month, like, they really like would not jiggle at all. My recovery was actually really, really nice. I don't want to like glamorize it, because it is a surgery. You are going into it knowing that you have risks. Dr. Diaz was so amazing. He's in Beverly Hills. I really, really enjoyed that. He took the time to like understand my looks, and like he asked me for pictures of Instagram, like girls that I think look really good, just to get an idea of what I kind of want to like look like. And so I really like appreciated that, and I liked how he told me to go smaller, because I'm not an expert at breast augmentation. He's the one that's doing all these surgeries all the time. And I think like for your surgeon, like when you look at their website, if you're not comfortable with all of those results, and you think like, ooh, those results look kind of weird, like, do not go to them. There are thousands of surgeons. Like, literally there are so many surgeons. Like, you do not need to settle like and compromise, because there's another surgeon out there that will take care of you better. Like, go to multiple consultations. Don't go to just one. I went to Dr. Kim which is, he's a surgeon, a really big surgeon in Beverly Hills, and I just like didn't really vibe with it. He was great and all, but my consultation was like 5 minutes. It was really rushed, and he told me that I should get like 385 cc's. And for me, that was just like, I'm really not sure if I want to be that big. Like, I mean, that may not be big to other girls, but like, I didn't want like big boobs. I just wanted something that fit my body, that, you know, I could still, like, if I wore a push-up bra, like I could push them together. If I want to wear a modest top, like I can cover them. And I think that it was just like we weren't communicating as well. But then when I went to Dr. Diaz, like, it was way different. He told me to go like way smaller than that. He had a 3D, like you could see yourself with boobs, which that for me, I could like actually visualize it. And I'll try to insert a picture of my 3D picture here. I'll just cover my nippies. But yeah, I really enjoyed going to Dr. Diaz. Now I'm going to talk about what I used during the recovery process, like for my scars. And I use mainly bio oil. Bio oil is literally gold, heaven. It is amazing for anybody that has stretch marks, scars. And I use this religiously. Like, if you can and if you are committed, I would use it morning, lunch, and dinner. But, you know, I usually use it morning and night, but try to apply it as much as you can. I also use a silicone scar gel that I got from Amazon, and I will like list either all the links down below or put them here or something like that. You'll see them somewhere. And I use silicone scar strips, and I would keep those scar strips when I don't use the bio oil. I was like trading off, and I would use the scar strips, like definitely use them a month after you got surgery, where your scars aren't going to be like super, you know, tender, and like you don't want it to be super painful. But the silicone scar strips will help flatten the scar, and it is silicone scar strips, so like it's silicone is really good for scars. I'm not a doctor, so y'all can look that up. Okay, and then the massages, I just wanted to kind of show you really quick. So the massages are going like this 10 times, going like this 10 times, circling 10 times, and I think that's it. But basically just pushing them together. And my surgeon tells me to do it once a day now, but when I first got it, you do it 3 times a day. I mean, after the week, like the first week, because the first week you really like can barely even touch them, but after they get comfortable, you can start like slowly massaging them. All right, let's talk about the price. So the friend that I like made me really want to get it, she got hers done for $5,500, and I think that is a very fair price. As long as they're a board certified surgeon, I think that's like the biggest thing that you really need to make sure, and obviously that they have a lot of experience. It can definitely range up to like $11,000, $12,000. My surgery was $10,000, and the way that I paid for it is through Care Credit. So I paid a few $1,000s like up front, and then I financed the rest of it for 6 months, and I paid 0 interest. So as long as you get approved, a lot of clinics, I mean a lot of surgery places, like mine was in Beverly Hills, it was really nice, but they still offered Care Credit. So I would definitely look into Care Credit if you're looking to finance. It'll also, obviously, if you're young, like build your credit. I mean, it'll build your credit for anybody, but I've never gotten a loan or anything like that. So I was like, okay, I could use this to like make sure I pay everything on time so I could build my credit, and it'll be like a win-win, and I'll have my boobies. Okay, now I want to talk about sleeping upright, which I already kind of mentioned, but I really didn't have an issue sleeping at like a 45-degree angle. Like I was pretty much just like kind of like this, but I did that for the first, I think, 2 weeks. First week is really crucial. You want to make sure you're really upright, but the second week I was kind of more down at an angle. But now I'm 3 months out, and I would say at about 2 months I could sleep on my stomach. I am a stomach sleeper, like kind of like a side stomach sleeper, and I've had no pain, no issues, and sleeping for me is like totally normal. That was like a really big concern of mine too, because who doesn't love to sleep, you know? So yeah, sleeping is totally fine. Oh, and I also wanted to tell you guys, I got a massage. And I was like really scared at first, like lay on my stomach and get a massage. But I watched Botched a lot, and one episode they took a silicone implant and they ran it over with his Ferrari, Dr. Nassif or somebody. I'm pretty sure it was his Ferrari, but they ran it over with a Ferrari. They like threw it. They did it so many tests, banging it on the counter. And even when he ran it over twice with his Ferrari, it did not pop. So that's not really a worry of mine, and I don't think you guys should be that worried. You can get a massage as long as you're completely healed, and I felt no pain, and she was like really getting into my back, and it was really, really good. I just let her know in the beginning, maybe don't push all your weight, but she still like got in there, and I felt no pain. And I do love a good massage. And the next question I got is, can you feel the implant? And do they bother you? So I definitely cannot feel the implant. The first month or so, I would say they felt a lot more round and a lot more hard. So if they feel hard, they feel kind of like balls, like two balls on your chest. So I can see how that way it kind of feels like round ball. But you cannot feel, like when I do squeeze my boob, there is no difference from anything. Like it really does, and I'm telling the truth to you guys, like it really does feel like one cohesive boob. Like there's no separation. I feel, and I try always to feel, and I really don't. It feels really nice and feels like together. And it does feel like my own body now. It's really hard to believe, but like it totally feels like mine. It's the best feeling. I really like that. And they definitely do not bother me at all. I think just sleeping for the first couple weeks like on your back is kind of frustrating, but I was like, this is so worth it. I don't even care. This is kind of just a message that I want to tell everybody that's thinking about getting it. It is a forever change. You are forever altering your natural body, and that's a really big thing that I think you should keep telling yourself, because it won't change your life. You can't go into it thinking like, this is gonna change my life, like I'm gonna get my boobs done, I'm gonna be a brand new person, it's gonna change everything for me. Now for me, like I was confident before, but now it's kind of a different kind of confidence, like within myself. Like I don't know if anybody could tell from the outside if I feel more confident, but for me on the inside, I feel like incredibly more confident. So the last little bit I wanted to talk about is working out and feeling sexy. So working out, I haven't like gotten back into the grind of working out every day, just because I'm simply like not really having that much motivation right now. But I have been working out here and there, and I can definitely do push-ups, I can do planks. What else? I can do pretty much everything that involves my chest now. I run, I do a lot of like squats and leg lifts to build my hips, ab stuff. Typically I do a little bit of like plank or like shoulder taps, but not like anything crazy on my chest. I never really do weights or anything. I feel a lot more sexy, a lot more like a woman. I'm a lot more confident. But don't think that you need to get boobs to be confident. Like, just really follow your heart. Don't do it for anybody else. If you are doing it for a guy or doing it because you think you're gonna get a job, obviously you can be whatever you want. Like, nothing is impossible, but getting boobs is not gonna get you there. It might help you, it might help yourself, it might help some things, but it will never ultimately change your life. That's something that's gonna have to come from within, and that's what really matters, is on the inside. But I just wanted to let you guys know that, because, you know, getting boobs is a really big deal, and I am 20 and I still think I am pretty young to get them, but I feel that, you know, as long as you know all the factors and really, really take that into your life and, you know, see yourself and just just think about it. Don't make an irrational decision about something that's going to be in your body, especially a foreign object. So that's my little video about what I wish I knew before my breast augmentation. Please like this video if you found it helpful in any way. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, anything that you guys need to reach out to me, please reach out to me down below or DM me on Instagram at Tigerlily Bogart. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Be safe out there because we are in the middle of a pandemic, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!